So today we have a hard geometrical problem. The diagram is on the screen with all the given details. Now the question over here is to find the value for tangent of alpha. So this is Anmol Mishra, and now let us see the solution. How can we find the value of tangent of alpha? So first of all, as per the given data, the triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. This means the length of the line segment AC equals to the length of the line segment AB. Now the length of the line segment AC is equals to 3 plus 17 plus 5, that's 25. This means AB would also have the same length, that is 25. Okay. Now let the angle BFC be equals to a variable theta, and the length of the line segment BC be equals to a variable K. Okay. Now we will use the cosine rule. Now what it is, let us see. Suppose you have a triangle and one of its angle is beta and three sides are capital A, capital B and capital C. Then using cosine rule you can find the value for cos of beta. So it says that the value for cos of beta would be equals to addition of square of the side that are adjacent to angle beta. So adjacent side to angle beta are A and C. Therefore they are square added, A square plus C square, minus the square of opposite side to angle beta, that is B. Therefore minus B square upon 2 times the product of adjacent sides. So 2 times A times C. So this is the cosine rule to find the cosine value of the angle in any triangle. So the same rule we will use in our triangle. So to use the cosine rule, I will take the complete triangle ABC, and we can see that angle C is equals to alpha. So we'll try to find the cos value of that angle. So in the triangle ABC, the value for cos of alpha as per the cosine rule would be equals to adjacent side to the angle alpha in the triangle ABC are K and 25. Therefore they are square added, so K square plus 25 square, minus the square of opposite. So opposite to angle alpha in the triangle ABC is again 25, so minus 25 square upon 2 times the product of adjacent, so 2 times K times 25. Now we can see that positive 25 square, negative 25 square got cancelled out. We finally get K square upon 50 times K. This can be simplified and we'll get K upon 50, and this thing was cos alpha. So finally we can get that 50 times cos of alpha is equals to K. So here we have got the value for K in terms of alpha. So let this be question number 1. Okay. Now we will use the sine rule. So again, if you have any triangle like this, so again I will take the same triangle. One of the angle is beta. Suppose the other two angles are theta and alpha. Then sine rule says that sine of the angle, take the angle beta, upon its opposite side, that is B, would be equal to sine of theta upon its opposite side, that is C, and this ratio would be equals to sine of alpha upon its opposite side, that is A. So in any triangle, if all the three sides and all the three angles are given, we can use this sine rule. Okay, so here also I will use the sine rule. Now to use the sine rule, I will take the triangle BFC, that is this triangle. Okay, one of its angle is alpha, the other angle is theta. Therefore by angle sum property, the third angle would be equals to 180 degree minus theta plus alpha. Okay, so in this triangle, if I use the sine rule, so sine of theta upon its opposite side, that is 5, this thing would be equals to sine of alpha upon its opposite side. So opposite to angle alpha is BF, and this thing would be equals to sine of the third angle, that is 180 degree minus theta plus alpha upon its opposite side. So opposite to this angle is K, so upon K. Okay, now in this I will compare this ratio with this ratio. Why? Because here we have sine alpha upon BF and we do not have a very nice value for BF, it's just BF only, but sine theta upon phi a real number, and in this ratio K can be replaced by the equation number 1. So I will compare these two ratios. Okay, and before we move on, just a trigonometric identity over here. Remember that sine of 180 degree minus some angle A is equals to sine of A. So here also sine of 180 degree minus theta plus alpha will turn out to be sine of theta plus alpha only. So sine of theta plus alpha, and as I told you that K can be replaced from the equation number 1, so I will replace K from equation number 1 as 50 times cos alpha. So let me compare this ratio over here. Therefore sine of theta upon phi is equals to sine of theta plus alpha upon 50 times cos of alpha. Okay, Now from the table of phi it goes 10, and I can do the cross multiplication to get 10 times sine theta cos alpha is equals to sine of theta plus alpha. Now this thing can be opened up using the trigonometric identity, and it is directly sine theta cos alpha plus cos theta sine alpha. This is the identity for sine theta plus alpha. Okay. Now look carefully. On the left hand side we have 10 times sine theta cos, and on the right hand side we have the same term sine theta plus cos alpha. So this can be shifted over here so as to get 9 times sine theta cos alpha equals to cos theta sine alpha. Okay. Now I will simply divide both the sides with cos theta cos alpha. So cos theta cos alpha on the LHS, cos theta cos alpha on the RHS. So cos alpha got cancelled out, cos theta got cancelled out, sin theta upon cos theta forms tan theta. Therefore 9 times tan theta equals to sin alpha upon cos alpha becomes tan alpha equals to tan alpha. This is the second important equation, so I will label it as equation number 2. The first important equation was k equals to 50 times cos alpha. Now we have the second important equation that tan alpha is equals to 9 times tan theta. Okay, so far so good. We use the cosine rule to get the equation number 1. Then we use the sine rule so as to get our equation number 2. Now the final step, I will again use the sine rule. This time I will take the triangle BEC, that is this particular triangle. Okay, one of its angle is 45 plus theta, other angle is alpha, and by angle sum property we get the third angle as equals to 180 degree minus 45 plus theta plus alpha. This is the value for this angle. Okay, so in this triangle if we apply the sine rule, therefore sine of theta plus 45, that is one of the angle upon its opposite side, that is this complete side, and its length would be 17 plus 5, that's 22. This thing is equals to sine of alpha upon its opposite side, that is BE, and this thing is sine of 180 degree minus 45 plus theta plus alpha. And as I told you, the identity sine of 180 minus angle A is sine of angle A. So here also sine of 45 plus theta plus alpha, so I will just write it as bracket. Okay, and this thing divided by the opposite side, that is equals to k. So here we have the ratio. Now again I will compare this with this one because the denominator part contains something very nice except this one. So I will compare these two. So in the first term the numerator part is sine of 45 plus theta, so it will turn out to be sine 45 cos theta plus cos 45 sine theta. Now sine 45 and cos 45 has the same value, that is 1 upon square root of 2. So I can take it common, and inside the bracket I will get sine of theta plus cos of theta divided by 22 equals to, now again here we have sine of 45 degree plus this complete angle, and if I will open this I will get 1 upon square root of 2 sine of theta plus alpha plus cos of theta plus alpha, and this thing is getting divided by k, and remember that we have the value for k as 50 times cos alpha from the equation number 1. Now here 1 upon square root of 2, 1 upon square root of 2 got cancelled out. So what I finally get after cross multiplication is 50 times cos alpha sine theta plus 50 times cos theta cos alpha equals to 22 times sine of theta plus alpha. So this can be opened up using the trigonometric identity, and it would have a value sine theta cos alpha plus 22 multiplied with the other term, that would be cos theta sine alpha. Okay, and plus 22 multiplied with cos theta plus cos alpha, and it would have a value cos theta cos alpha minus sine theta sine alpha. So multiplied with 22 gives me negative 22 sine theta sine alpha. Let me just explain it again. So this particular term and this particular term was the expansion for sine of theta plus alpha, and then I multiplied it 22. Similarly, cos of theta plus alpha expansion is cos theta cos alpha minus sine theta sine alpha, and as 22 was multiplied from here, so it got with both of the terms. Okay, now let us simplify it further. So we can see that we have 50 times cos alpha sine theta, and here we have 22 times sine theta cos alpha, and again we can see that we have 50 times cos theta cos alpha, 22 times cos theta cos alpha. So if these two terms come over here, we will finally get that 28 times cos alpha sine theta plus 28 times cos theta cos alpha is equals to 22 times cos theta sin alpha minus 22 times sin theta sin alpha. Okay, so I need space, so I will remove some of the things over here. So here we have got this nice equation. Okay, and to simplify it further, I will divide both of the side with cos theta cos alpha. So this term divided by cos theta cos alpha, this term also divided by cos theta cos alpha, this also divided by cos theta cos alpha, and this also divided by cos theta cos alpha. Okay, now let us simplify this thing. So here we can see that cos alpha got cancelled out. So here what we get is 28 times sin theta upon cos theta, that is tan theta, plus 28 times cos theta cos alpha got cancelled out. So only 28 is equals to 22 times. Here we can see that cos theta got cancelled out. So what remains is this ratio, and that is tan alpha minus 22 times sin theta upon cos theta is tan theta, and similarly sin alpha upon cos alpha is tan alpha. So here we get a nice equation. Okay, now remember the equation number 2, in which we have the value that 9 times tan theta is tan alpha. So from this we can have the value for tan theta as tan alpha upon 9, and this value of tan theta in terms of tan alpha can be replaced in this equation, and when we will do so, we will get that 28 times tan of alpha upon 9 plus 28 is equals to 22 times tan alpha minus 22 times tan square alpha upon 9. So after replacing tan theta with tan alpha upon 9 in this equation, we get this thing. Okay, now here I will do two things. First of all, I will take tan alpha as a variable equals to t, and the second thing, we can see that from the table of 2 it goes 14, it also goes 14, it goes 11, and it goes 11. So let us simplify this thing further. So after replacing tan alpha as t, we will get 14 times t plus 14 times 9 is equals to 11 times 9 times t and minus 11 times t square. So simplifying this thing gives me 11 times t square plus 14 times t minus 99 times t, and that is negative 85 times t. So minus 85 times t plus 14 into 9, that's 126, and this thing is equals to 0. So here we have a nice quadratic equation, and let's simplify this thing. So I'm going to use the factorization method. Therefore 11 into 126, 11 into 2 into 63, 22, 63 makes 85. Okay, so I will split negative 85 as negative 22 times t and negative 63 times t plus 126 as it is and 11t square as it is. This thing is equals to 0. Now from the first and second term, I will take 11 times t common. So inside the bracket I will get t minus 2, and similarly from this and this I will take negative 63 common. So inside the bracket t minus 2, and this thing is equals to 0. T minus 2 can be taken common, and the other bracket will contain 11 times t minus 63, and this thing is equals to 0. Now either this bracket is equals to 0 or else this bracket. So when the first bracket is equated to 0, we get t as equals to 2, and when second bracket is equated to 0, we get t as equals to 63 upon 11, and remember that t is equals to tan of alpha. So we finally get the value for tan of alpha as equals to 2 or else 63 upon 11, and that's the answer that we were looking for. Remember, the question was to find the value for tan alpha, and we got it very successfully over here. So this was my way to solve this particular question. If you have any other method other than this, do comment below, and if it's hard to comment, you can email me or else you can send it to me on my Instagram. The link is in the description.